Repetition is crucial and very important in early child development. As a book vendor, I get to hear this complaint from parents every time. My child does not want to read the other books, he only read one book. I feel like I've wasted my money getting all these resources because he just wants to play with one puzzle and he doesn't have interest in other ones. Well, there is nothing wrong with your child, mama. He's fine. He's actually doing the right thing. Watch this video to the end to know how his behavior, his habit of repetition can actually help in early development for him. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you why repetition is very crucial in early child development. So without wasting more of your time, let's just get right into repetition. The brain forms a stronger neural connection. What is neural connection? This is the process of sending signals from one nervous system to another. It's just like saying the cells talking to one another. Through this, we tend to learn. So a child needs to do a particular task over and over and over again to enforce this system and enforce this process. So when your child decide to do a particular thing and over again, know is a good thing. It's good for their brain development, it's good for their nervous system, it's good for their cells, it's good for their brain cells. So encourage them to do that over again. Two, repetition helps your child to foster and consolidate learning. Just like the saying, practice makes perfection. The more we do things, the better we get. Just imagine the first time you got into the car and drove. You were terrible, you were not good, but consistently you became better. Same is this with a child. You don't just start training the child today and expect the child to be professional tomorrow. So all these things take baby steps. That is why repetition, doing that task over and over and over again, it is good. It helps to consolidate learning, it helps to foster learning. It has been said that anyone that does a task repeatedly learns it 2 times faster than someone else that does it once. Repetition fosters language development. Yes, it has been said if you want your child to start talking, then talk to that child. Talk to that child like he or she is an adult. Talk to them, communicate with them. The more they hear it, the more they pick up on words. The more we read to them, I always advise my customers, the more you read to your child, you'll be surprised on how much they pick up from the book you're reading to them. That is why we always advise you get age appropriate book for them. You won't be surprised to know that the common word for a toddler to pick up on is no. Why do you think that is? That's because that's the most frequent word we use on them. No, stop that. No, come out from them. No, jump, stop jumping. No, no, no. So because they've heard it over and over again. So that is why repetition is very crucial. It is very important when your child is engaging in a task every time. Most times we tend to think it's autism or something like that. Yes, if you have concerns, obviously get your child evaluated, but don't just assume because a child is picking up on one task that he's autistic or he's on the spectrum. So now we're going to go further and explain how you can enhance repetition, how you can enforce repetition. One, create a routine. Yes, routine is the best way to enforce and enhance repetition in your activities, in your daily activity. Create a routine for this is time for eating, this is time to sleep, this is time to read, this is time to go to school, this is time to wake up. Yes, you can be a robot. You might not be always accurate and be on time, but having time for everything makes it easy, make easily for the children to know that okay, it's time for this, and it also helps to reduce tantrum. I am telling you, it works. My 4-year-old daughter, she doesn't need to know the time to know that it's time for lunch. Like she can feel it in her bones that this is time for lunch. I am meant to be having my lunch by this time, and most times she is right. Create routine in your daily activities. Another way to encourage repetition is to make every task engaging, fun, interactive for the children. If I know that eating time is not a fun time, I will have a bad relationship with food. But if I know that, oh, during bath time, mommy is always fun, mommy get to play with the water, mommy get to sing, I will look forward to bath time. It is just normal. We want an activity that makes us happy, that makes us feel good, that makes us feel less cranky. It is the same with these little humans. Make every task engaging. They will look forward to it. If story time is entertaining, is fun, they will love story time. But if you make story time to be very rigid, sit down there, sit down, keep quiet, don't move. What do you think will happen? They will grumble when you tell them it's time for stories, it's time to read your book, because they see it as a rigid process, they see it as a stealer of their joy. So try and make every task engaging. Positive reinforcement. When I'm reading to my daughter and I say, oh, the dog climbed the tree, and before then she could say dog, but she can't say climb and she can't say tree. But because I say it often and I say, oh, the dog climbed the tree. And on the third day, she said, the dog climbed the tree. I'm going to make it a big deal. I don't know about you, but I'm going to give her a high five. I'm going to tickle her. I'm going to make it a big deal. Why? Because she just added a vocabulary to her list of vocabulary she knows. She just said a new word. She just used it in the right time. She used it in the right time with the right sentence. She repeated what I said. There are a lot of reasons to tell her good job. There are a lot of reasons to give. Don't just shove it behind. Just like when we're potty training and they tell us when you pee in the potty, give them stickers, make it a big deal, clap, smile, jump. These things encourage them because they love how mommy behave. They love how daddy behave when I did this thing. What do you think will happen? They'll look forward to doing it more. They want to do it more because they know you're going to be so happy, you're going to give them that happy, and they're going to feel so happy about themselves. They love the atmosphere you've created whenever they do that task. They'll do that more. So learn to give positive reinforcement. People tell you you shouldn't give that. You should give positive reinforcement all the time to make the child to be needy or make the child to always want it or that. But I don't believe that. It doesn't work for me. I don't think it's a bad thing to tell someone you're good when you're doing something that is good. I love to be told I am doing good. I'm doing something that is good. So I believe my child will love it when I tell her, oh girl, you're doing so well. Baby, you're doing so well. Mom is so proud of you. So in general, just know repetition is crucial and is needed in early child development. It helps in cognitive ability, it helps in language development, it helps in brain improvement, it is needed. It is needed. I know it can be tiring. For my mamas that get books from me, I know it can be tiring when you get a book, you've gotten 10 books and your child is just reading one. I am telling you, the day the child will be tired of that book, he is done. He's going to move to another one. It happened to me. I have a child of 3 years old, and last Christmas I selected 3 books for her. I wanted her to read those books during the Christmas holiday. But guess what? She only read one. We only read one over and over and over and over and over and over again. And today that particular book is torn because of the way we read it. But guess what? If I buy that same book today, there is nothing inside that book that she can identify because the book had list of objects we find in the house, we find in the classroom, we find in the hospital, we find here, we find there. I tried telling her and showing her the ones I could show her. If I bring that book today, there is nothing there she can identify. That's how well the book soaked into her and she soaked the book into herself. So looking at it, it's a win-win situation. It's not all about reading 10 books, it's about reading one and that one making difference in you. So have that positive mindset whenever you see your child ignoring the other toys and just focusing on one, or ignoring other books you got and focusing on one, or doing one particular task over and over again.